Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a budget and more importantly, how to stick to it. I personally have been tracking my income and expenses for well over a decade now, and it's helped me grow my net worth significantly more than what it would be had I not had a budget. And I'll prove it in the video. I'm going to share the 4 simple steps that you can follow in order for you to have your own budget, which will help you grow your net worth. Step number 1, before you can create your budget, you need to ensure that you have the relevant information in hand to be able to create your budget. The things you need is your bank statements, your credit card statements, and anything that will show you where and how much you spent on a specific item for the past couple of months. All these various statements are going to be your guide to create your budget. In addition, this step requires you to have a budget template sheet of your own. So if you don't already own one or would struggle to create one for yourself, then please let me know down in the comment section below and I'll share with you the template I'm going to use today in this video for absolutely free. The second step you need to take in order to create your budget sheet involves you getting your net income value. This involves tracking all your income and expenses you get charged before receiving your income into your bank account. And all this information you need should be in all the statements I mentioned in step 1. The first thing you need to do in order to track your income and these expenses is that you need to know where all your money is currently being spent as of today. So starting right at the top of your budget template sheet is where you need to add your gross monthly income as seen in this image. Now, what does this mean? This means right at the top, you need to write the amount of dollars you agreed with your employer that they will pay you per month. So if your cost to company or the amount you are meant to be paid for the year is $52,800 or $4,400 per month, then that's the first number you need to add right at the top. This figure is followed by any other income you may have from doing things like being an Uber driver after hours, selling your skills such as being a part-time web developer, or maybe being a content creator on YouTube. And if you don't have any side income at the moment, then just keep it at 0 for now. This is something you can look into once you have created your budget. After you add both these numbers, you need to add all the expenses you have before getting your net income, meaning all the expenses you have before the money comes into your bank account. Examples of these expenses are the tax you pay, your medical expenses, if any, depending on your country of residence, and the amount of money you contribute into your 401k account. For those that don't know what this is, it's basically money invested into your retirement account. Once you subtract all these expenses from your gross pay, you'll have a view of how you get to your net income, which is the money reflecting into your bank account on payday. Now, before we move on to step number 3, if you have enjoyed this video thus far, then please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Step number 3 involves you figuring out just how much money you're left over with at the end of the month. You begin with identifying all your expenses. Now, there's multiple ways you can go about this. You can begin with all your fixed expenses such as your rent expense, followed by all your variable expenses such as dining out. Or you can first list all your expenses that are considered your needs, followed by all your expenses which are considered your wants. Here's an image which shows you an example of how your needs and wants can be categorized. Please pause the video here if you want more time looking into these categories. Have a look at my budget sheet template which I have created. Now, this is just an example and won't cover all the expenses that you have, but it's a nice base to start off of. Once you have all your expenses added up onto your sheet, you should have a total of your income and the total of your expenses. Subtract this and that will show you exactly how much money you have left over at the end of the month. Step number 4, right at the end of the sheet, is the most important number, the percentage of money you have saved relative to your income and the actual dollar amount you save for the month. Now, these numbers will fluctuate over the months, especially when making big purchases such as buying electronic items like a TV or a fridge, or going on vacations like how in this example was done in the month of May. These fluctuations are normal and shouldn't cause too much of concern, provided you were aware of this major expense coming and that you planned ahead and saved enough money in the months prior. You just need to ensure that the percentage you saved at the end of the year is the correct value, which we will get to shortly. Now that you have identified all these values, this is where step number 5, the most important step, comes into play, which requires you to start analyzing and trying to improve upon these numbers, ensuring that you save 20% of your yearly income. I know this may seem like a lot, but bear with me and it will start to make a little bit more sense towards the end of the video. Starting at the top, your income. Now, I won't get into the details of how to improve this number in this video, but I will leave a link up here to my video about 10 different side hustles which you can have a look at to increase your income. Now, getting into the expenses, the general rule of thumb is to follow the 50-30-20 rule, which stands for not spending more than 50% of your net income on your wants. So if your rent, groceries, insurance, etc. adds up to more than 50% of your net income, then you need to find a way to reduce this amount of money that you spend on it. The 30 in the rule stands for the amount of money you spend on all your wants. These expenses include anything that's not critical to have, such as a brand new phone, a luxury vehicle, or a trip to the Maldives. No more than 30% of your net income should be spent on these expenses. And finally, the 20 in the rule stands for saving and investing 20% of your net income. Now, most people are not saving 20% per month. I understand that every person is going through their own personal things, but over time, somehow, some way, you need to do a combination of two things. Increase the amount of money you earn and reduce your current expenses and slowly work your way towards saving 20% per annum. Have a look at the example I showed earlier. My needs are well above the 50% expense limit, primarily because of the rent expense. Based on the monthly salary in this example, the needs expenses are way too high and needs to be cut down on. The first example on how this can be done is realizing that the rent being paid is too high. So a solution to this would be to look for a cheaper place to live at or possibly getting a roommate. I understand that this is not easy to do, but building wealth, especially early on, is tough, but it needs to be done. Secondly, the groceries are the second largest expense, and a solution to this would be to consider buying in bulk to save. Or if that's not possible, then do your shopping at an alternative cheaper store. If we have a look at all your wants expenses, that too is higher than the maximum of 30%, and the easiest way to cut back on these expenses in this example is to simply not go on vacation, or at least significantly reduce the amount you spend on your holiday. Because both your needs and your wants expenses are way too high, it's the reason why you only saved just a little over 9% so far in these 6 months. Now, of course, saving any money is great, and having 9% is still significantly more than most people out there, but ideally you want to work your way towards the 20% mark, as this will allow you to grow your net worth significantly faster than what you would have had you saved only 5 to 10% per year. Keep in mind that the purpose of my YouTube channel is to help people get to financial freedom at a much earlier stage in their life. Please remember that if you want a copy of this budget template, then let me know down in the comment section below and I'll leave a link to the template for you for absolutely free. I hope this video helps you to begin with creating your budget sheet, and please don't forget to have a look at my video about the 10 side hustles you can start to earn more income. Like and subscribe for more.